Hello everyone, I am Hers, and in the previous videos of our WPF Kanban board series, we built a Kanban board from scratch, implemented the MVVM pattern, and added drag and drop functionality to move and reorder tasks across the columns. In today's video, we will start a new project inspired by the Excalidraw. As part of this project, you will learn how to create professional application menu in WPF and enhance keyboard accessibility using Axis key. So without wasting the time, let's get started. In this video, I will only explain the UI part, like how I have added the menu and how I have added these tools, strokes, fills, and this thickness. All these things I will explain in this video. In the next video, I will explain the logic, like how to draw the any shape here using this tool. So let's first see the whiteboard view. In the whiteboard view, I have added menu, which you can see here, and let's see the menu. So here I added the menu, which is dragged to the top. I set the background color to this color, and I set the padding to this one, and then I have created the menu item called file, which you can see here. And if you observe here, I have added the underscore before the file. Why I have added? If you want to create the access key for the menu item header, then you can use the single underscore. So whenever you press the alt key, then the character which followed underscore will be highlighted. Like I will press the alt key, you can see here F is highlighted and underline is showing for the F character. So to add the access key, we have to use the underscore. In the same way for all the menu item, this is the menu item and this is the sub menu, which you can see here when you click on file menu. You can see here. So if I will press the alt key and if I will use this F key, which is access key, then it will open the sub menu. See, you can see the sub menu and all the menu where I have used this access key, all are highlighted here. All the sub menu, you can see the underline for the first character because I have added this underscore for first character. So this is how we can create the menu and sub menu and add the access key to the menu. And here I added the separator, which is nothing but, if you see here, this is the separator, this line. To add this line, we have to use this separator. In the same way, I added for the edit menu and view menu. Now let's see the status bar. What is status bar? Whatever you see here, this is the status bar, and here what are the thing I have added? Status text, zoom, where we will show the zoom level, and the elements means here I will show the elements count. For now I have not binded. You can see it here, the value is not there, only you can see the text in white color. In next video we will bind all the property here. This is the main content where we will have toolbar panel, which is this one, and drawing canvas, which is this one, where we will draw the shape. And if you observe here, I have used this input gesture text. Means if you want to add the shortcut, you can use this input gesture text. So when you press the Control N, then this menu will click. Like if you want this new shape, then you can press Ctrl N and you can draw it here. For this video I am not binding anything, so even if you press Ctrl N, it will not trigger any event. So if you want to add the shortcut, you can use this. I have added for most of the menu here. Now let's see the toolbar panel. Here I created one color to brush converter, which we can see here, where I am checking if it is color type, then we'll change the color, otherwise we will simply return black color. And for convert back method, I am checking if it is solid color brush, then return the brush color, otherwise colors dot black means black colors. Here we are returning the brush black, here we are returning color black. So this is the converter, and then I have added the style for the button, which is radio button. This thing are radio button, where I am changing the template. I added the border and the tooltip I binded here. So here I am using template binding. Why? I will show you. And then the content presenter means the content, this icon, and then on checked means when we click here, then the background and border brush will change for the target name border, which is this one, means here you can see. And if it is mouse over, then change the background color for this, let's say green. Save and load, you can see. And then here is the property group name. For all the radio button is tool. Why I am using the group name? If we don't use the group name, then we can select multiple control, which is not valid in this case. That's why I have used the the radio button and I set the group name as tools, and I set the cursor to hand. Like if you go ahead, you can see the hand, and the font size is 16. And then I have added the scroll viewer. Inside the scroll viewer, I added the text block with text tool, which you can see here, tools. And this is the property for this text, like font weight, font size, all this thing. And these are the radio button where I use the style what I have defined here. And the content, this is nothing but the code. And if you are using this code, you have to set this font family, then only it will show this. For this arrow, I have added this code. For other, I directly use the image. And if you see, tooltip is select V. Like if you mouse over here, you can see select V. Why we are getting this? Because here I binded template binding tooltip. So when we change the parent control, it will bind that value to here. Like here I am setting tooltip select V. So it will take the template binding tooltip from the parent control, means for which we are going to apply the style. That's why I am using the template binding here. In similar way, for other radio button also we have same thing. Then I added the separator, this line how I have added for the menu item. Then here I added the stroke text block, you can see here, and the color list, for which I have added the item control where I binded the item source with color palette, which I have created in the whiteboard view model. If you see here, I have created one property where I have multiple color which is binded to this item control. And for this item control, I change the item panel template to the wrap panel. So whenever the space is not free, it will go to the next line. And then for the item template, I added the button control, and for button, I change the template with border. I binded the background with this color, whatever color is there, and the converter what we have added here. So based on the color, it will change the background of this border of the button. Then again I added the separator, then fill color. If you see the separator, fill, and then color. Here also I binded the same color palette. Same thing here I did, wrap panel and the border for the button template, and the background color I binded with this color and added the converter as color to brush converter. Then again the separator, then stroke thickness, where I added the combo box where I will bind the thickness. If you see here the thickness, and here you will see the thickness what I will bind in the next video. Then the opacity, you can see it here. For opacity I added the slider, then again separator, then fill style. For that I added the radio button. Here we have the solid color, we have this line or the cross fill style, and then I added slopiness and the edge. For the slopiness I added the radio button, and this is the image and this name. This we will see how it will look when we bind the command to this radio button. Then the edge style of the shape, sharp or round. For that also I have added the radio button. This is all about the toolbar panel. Let's see the drawing canvas. Here I added the background. If you see here the background with the multiple rectangle. So for that I created the rectangle and fill with the drawing brush with tile mode as tile, and set the size of each rectangle is 20 by 20. So for that I use the geometry drawing and set the geometry and geometry group line geometry start point 00 and end point 20. So it will create the rectangle with 20 by 20 size. Then I set the pen color as this one, and thickness is 0.5, this line thickness. As I am using the grid and I have not added any row and column, so next control will come over this, means this I have created the canvas where we will draw the image on this rectangle. So for that I set the canvas render transform to transform group, where I set the scale transfer and translate transform. So this we will bind, and we'll see how to create the shape here like Excalidraw. This is all about the UI. Now let's see how we are showing it in our UI. If you see here, I have added one menu here, whiteboard. How I have added? Let's go to main window, and here if you observe, I have added the data template and set the data template with whiteboard view model, which is this one, and then the view which I have created as whiteboard view. So whenever this view model will come, this view will display. And then I have added this hamburger menu glyph item, where I added the whiteboard text and the glyph code like this one, this icon and the text. And in the main window view model, I added one item to the dictionary with the key whiteboard view and get the service for whiteboard view model. So this I registered in the app.yml.cs here as service collection.add singleton. So whenever it will done, it will take this whiteboard view model from the container, and when it is whiteboard view, then it will show the whiteboard view. So I hope you learn how to create the whiteboard application like Excalidraw, and how to add the menu item, how to add the access key and the shortcut for the menu item. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, let's share with your friends.